When it comes to playing Strange Brigade, there is quite a lot that I'm going to say you need to learn before you get into the game. Some of it can be confusing, some of it can be a little bit on the difficult side to understand. So what we're doing in this video is going through the ultimate beginner guide, tips and tricks to help you get started in the game. And the very first thing is to sort out your keybinds. If you're playing on PC, obviously. If you're playing on console, it might be a little bit different. But on PC, it's a weird setup by default. And you must also note that you cannot manually sprint in this game. It's automatic after a few seconds of moving. The reason I say to change your keybinds is because it starts off with Shift being to throw grenades, Space being to dodge. You have potion use on number 5. It's a weird setup. So change it around, make sure the keybinds are comfortable for you to use. The amount of times I've accidentally thrown grenades out of habit of sprinting in other games is crazy, although I am finally getting used to it. I tried switching it out, and after playing for a little while, it felt weird switching up my keybinds. So if you haven't started the game yet, change your keybinds to something you think you'll be comfortable with. If you have, then it might be better to ignore changing the keybinds and just getting used to the way they're set up. And when you're playing the campaign, it's really important to explore, not only for antiquities and gems, which can upgrade your weapons, but also for the gold. You can find gold in all sorts of places, including tents and stuff that are pitched up in camps, and some of the chests you find are going to require gold to open, because they will usually reward you with a prototype weapon, which is going to be stronger than a normal weapon. But gold is also used to buy new weapons, and some of them are quite expensive. We're talking like upwards of 30,000 gold. So always be on the lookout for gold and other goodies. And note as well, because there's campaign, horde mode and score attack, your campaign and your horde gold is not shared. Horde gold is only available whilst you're in that specific match. It resets after each match, but your campaign gold is saved so that you can use it on weapons for the campaign. So you go into a mission, you get 5,500 gold, that is then stored. You go into your next mission, get 5,000. After that, you've got 10.5 grand gold ready to spend on weapons. And there are quite a few puzzles in the game, but from what I've seen, the ones I've done so far, they're not too difficult. The most common one that I've found is a door that you have to activate with your power. So if you're on PC, that's going to be mouse 1. And when it comes to those doors, there will be a code nearby that's usually found on the wall somewhere. Sometimes the code can be a little bit out of the way, so if you grab your phone or something, then take a picture of the code. That's going to help you get the order right, because if you mess it up 3 times, the door is locked. Even if you grab yourself some pen and paper, come up with a random name for the symbols, write that down, that'll do the trick. It makes it easier to remember so that you don't have to struggle to get those doors open. However, if you do mess up with a door, you have 3 attempts to get it wrong, you can restart from the last checkpoint. Although when I've done this, some of the chests were unopened that I had recently opened. So if you are going to restart at a checkpoint, make sure you backtrack a little bit so that you can check for chests and other things like that, because a lot of the stuff doesn't actually trigger like the chests. They don't trigger that you've opened them when you restart from a checkpoint. At least the recent ones. They might do, say for an example, you open the chest 10 minutes before restarting at the checkpoint, that chest might stay open. And then when it comes to health potions and healing in this game, as I said, it's a weird keybind. It's default to 5 on your keyboard, but they are going to come in very, very handy, but they are not found too often. So what I would do is try to survive long enough so that you can find a new potion. And if if a little bit of your health is gone, then when you're standing pretty much on top of a health potion, use the one you currently have, grab the other one. That way you've always got a health potion on your character, just in case things get a little bit tricky. And as well as your primary weapon, you get grenades, and these are not go around, find grenades so that you can throw them. These have a cooldown, so they're essentially a skill. So don't worry about trying to find more. Just make sure you are using them sparingly, because the timer is not the shortest. I think it's about 20 seconds for a grenade to come back off cooldown. And when you are in combat, always stay on the move. These enemies can be a little bit frustrating with their lunging and stuff like that. And make sure you are using your dodge. It's going to get you out of trouble quickly. And as I said, you've got the campaign, you've also got horde mode. And horde mode is crazy, especially when you join mid-match. And you need to be careful with horde mode for 2 reasons. Number 1 is that if you are not the host of the game and the host needs to leave, or they randomly decide to leave, say they go down, they get angry, they leave, then it ends the entire match. It doesn't migrate host or anything like that. And it's happened to me every single time I've tried playing horde mode online with other players. I don't know if it's people getting angry, getting bored or something like that, but every single match I have played has resulted in the host leaving And some of these matches are going on for well over half an hour for absolutely nothing in the end. But not only that, number two, the second thing you need to be careful of is when you are in a match, if you spend gold, it's 3,000 gold, and you open up a prototype weapon chest, the other players can steal the weapon inside, even if you've spent the gold, so just be careful with that. And then we have workbenches in the Horde mode. This is going to let you buy new weapons, upgrade them. You can do it in between waves. During a wave, the workbench will be locked. The chest to buy a prototype weapon still open, but the workbench will lock up in the middle of a wave. So make sure that you're not just running around with the starting pistol, but also use your gems to upgrade weapons. You can find gems behind the gold locked doors. You'll notice as you're playing the Horde mode that there are doors that have these little hands on. You basically have to pay. Some of them are like 7.5 grand, some are 10 grand. You have to pay gold to gain access to the doors, but you can find gems and lots of other goodies and stuff inside these doors. And when you see skeletons playing throughout Horde mode, you see them that have pink hearts in them. Upon killing them, do not forget to shoot or melee their hearts, or they are going to respawn. But not only that, the hearts will wipe out skeletons in a short radius around the heart, which makes it even more beneficial to destroy them. And a really, really big tip, make sure you're greedy with this one. And I say that just because everyone else that seems to play this mode is really, really greedy. Listen for the audio cues in the game, as sometimes you're going to be alerted of a grave or a tomb robber, and if you find these and you get the kill, you get awarded with 5,000 gold. So that can go towards opening up a gold lock door, it can get you a prototype weapon. Just run around, make sure you find that grave robber, find them first, get the kill, grab yourself that gold. And your health potion can also be used as a revive, but they are limited to the gold locked rooms and you don't get many, so be careful with them. Basically, you go into a match of Horde, you start off with a health potion, you go down, you can then press number 5. It doesn't make a difference what you set your keybind to, because I put my health potions on my mouse buttons. You press number 5, it can revive you and get you straight back into the match. You need to be careful with this because when you respawn, your health is going to be low. It doesn't give you full health if you revive yourself. But behind these gold locked doors, you typically get 6 health potions. And they are shared between all 4 of the players that are in the match if you're in a full lobby. So just be careful with these health potions. They are very limited, but they can also be used as a revive potion. And then last but not least, the Horde mode in this game is basically survival of the fittest. It's mainly co-op PvE, but some of the PvE features don't work how I think they should, like the sharing with the prototype weapons and things like that. Players are going to be greedy, and especially when it comes to the gems. You open up a gold locked room, 7.5 grand you've just paid to open that door. If you're not down in that room straight away grabbing the gems and stuff, other players are going to steal them. If you spend 3 grand and you don't instantly spam your interact button to grab the prototype weapon out of the chest, players are going to steal it from you. So it's like a survival of the fittest. You've got to be quick to get stuff in this game. But yeah, with the gems, the prototype weapon chest, the health potions, all the stuff behind the locked doors, you can pay 7.5 grand, or you can even pay 10 grand to open up a door. Players run in, they just steal everything off you. So you've spent your gold on nothing. So as well as all the tips that we've mentioned in the video, make sure you are being careful, you are being quick, you are being greedy, because it is basically kill or be killed, survival of the fittest. You have to be the first to get to everything, or you're not going to get it. It's as simple as that. And that was my ultimate beginner guide, some tips and tricks for Strange Brigade. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.